Climate change has become the reality, and because of which we are actually having natural catastrophe in the form of tsunami, and also the flood, glacial lake outbursts, droughts, heat waves. So these are some of the consequences of the climate change, and in that we have a very important greenhouse gas that's called methane. So methane is also one of the biggest contributor when it's talked with the global warming. So it has a capability to actually absorb the heat and retain it for the longer periods. So this has been the concern when it's talked with the global warming. So let's understand some of the initiative taken by the government of India in the area of reducing the methane emission from India. So recently government has come up with the Harit Dhara. So what is this Harit Dhara? So it is being prepared by the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, that's called ICAR. It's a prominent institutions in the area of agriculture research in India. It has actually developed an anti-methanogenic feed supplements called Harit Dhara. So it is anti-methanogenic feed for animals which can cut down cattle methane's emission by 17 to 20% and can also result in higher milk production. So ruminants are being also one of the biggest source of methane emission in India, and at the same time the agriculture sector has been a sector from which a big amount of methane emissions actually goes to the environment. So this has been the matter of concern. So Harit Dhara will be quite helpful in that area. Next, India Greenhouse Gas Program. India Greenhouse Gas Program led by the WRA India and the Energy and Resources Institute TERI is an industry-led voluntary framework to measure and manage the greenhouse gas emissions. So this is also good initiative in the area of reducing the greenhouse gas emission, one of being the methane. So we have a very important plan called National Action Plan on Climate Change, that's called NAPCC. So it is a National Action Plan for Climate Change. Under it, 8 plans are working in the area of climate change that focuses on mitigation and adaptation. So it aims to creating awareness among the representative of publics, different agencies, government, scientists, industries, communities, actually on the threat posed by the climate and the steps needed to counter it. Bharat Stage 4 norms also been actually developed and mandated. India has shifted from Bharat Stage 4 to Bharat Stage 6 emission norms. So these are advanced emission norms that will also be helpful in reducing the greenhouse gas emissions. So at global level we have methane alert and response, that's called MARS. So MARS will actually integrate data from the large number of existing and future satellites that have the ability to detect methane emission. What is methane emission? Even anywhere in the world, and send out the notification to the relevant stakeholder to actually act on it, because assessment is important, and toward that the global initiative MARS will be quite helpful in actually finding the quantity of the methane emission in the atmosphere. So MARS is going to helpful in that regard. Now we have global methane place. So it was the outcome of Glasgow Climate Conference, that is COP26 under the UNFCCC that took place in 2021. So nearly 100 countries has come together in that area, and it is a voluntary pledge referred to as the global methane pledge to cut methane emission by at least 30% by 2030 from the year 2020 level. So it is very important, that is cut at least 30% of the methane emission by 2030. Global Methane Initiative also actually talk about international public-private partnership that focuses on reducing barrier to recovery and use of methane in the area of clean energy. So this is how emission of methane is concerned for the global warming, and these are some of the important initiatives taken by the international community in the area of reducing methane emission. Methane is also one of the, as we have discussed, important greenhouse gas. So therefore steps are needed to reduce the emission of the methane so that we could be able to actually protect our earth and also reduce the impact of climate change. So this is all about methane. Thank you for watching this video. एंड ऐसे ही इम्पोर्टेंट एंड रिलेवेंट वीडियो को जानने समझने के लिए आप हमसे जुड़ सकते हैं हमारे व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9625350287 एंड You can subscribe our YouTube channel Selection IAS. Thank you.